All right, welcome to the Bergeron residence. So today I'm going to film myself cooking my parents' famous roast beef recipe. If anybody lives on the bayou or went down to Dave's Meat Market, which used to be my parents' store, this is a big deal. It's a family secret. My dad used to make roast beef po'boys on Thursday. And he would feed all the factory workers and all the trawlers and stuff like that. He'd even run a boat out to bring roast beef po'boys in the afternoon to the trawlers. So this is a big deal. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with some boneless round roast. I'm gonna be cutting up 2 of them. There's gonna be 2 segments. What I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut all this out, and I'm gonna cut this out, and I'm going to let it sit overnight, and I'll finish filming tomorrow, and I'll cook it tomorrow. My parents would wake up early in the morning, and they would wake up early in the morning. And they start cooking the roast beef about 4 o'clock in the morning, and they cook it until 11. So cook time on this is about 5 to 6 hours after you cook it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna got 2 of these steaks, 2 of these roasts, which are about 3.5, 4 pounds each. I'm gonna make a big batch of it because I don't cook it very often. Actually, I usually only cook it on February 8th, which is my dad's birthday, and I usually eat it then. But this February 8th, I was busy and I didn't have time to do it, so this will be a little makeup time for the Rougarou. If you don't know my dad, some people call my dad Big Dave, some call my dad the Rougarou. So I'm gonna cube this up. And it's important, cut it into little cubes, not too little. You don't want too little. You want to cut them in cubes because tomorrow, when I'm cooking this, I want it to, tomorrow when I'm cooking this, you're going to be chopping it up. So you want keep some strands, about 3/4 of an inch to 1 inch cubes, because you want to be in strands. If they're a little bigger, that's cool. Get some of the fat out. It's not really necessary to get all the fat out. Gives it some flavor. Gives it flavor, but you can take the fat out as you cook it. Whatever doesn't cook away, because most of the fat will cook away. Whatever doesn't, you can just pick out. No big deal. So like I said, I'm just gonna trim this off, all the thick stuff off. And again, I slice it long ways like this. Getting a really, really good sharp knife. So the sharper the knife, the better. This can be difficult if you got a dull knife. So make sure you got a good sharp knife. If people don't know the story, my parents had owned a grocery store down in Dulac for 20 years, from 1974, which was the year I was born, till 1994 when it closed down. They opened a Walmart and stuff like that, and it just the big box stores just ran people out of business. Couldn't keep up. So, but he did serve the community for a long time. So just like that, pretty easy. Chop that up. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're gonna be chopping it up. You'll be chopping up with your spoon as you cook. Now, like I said, that's like 8 pounds. So now we'll do some onions. Now these onions, when you cut your onions, you're gonna cut them up really small and get a ball. I'm gonna cut up a bag of onions. You don't need a lot. You don't need a lot of onions, but it does give it the flavor. So, I chop up these onions now. If you're not good with chopping onions, if you don't know how, cut it like this, and then you can use your fingernails as a stop. You can see, if you're not good with that, use your fingernail as a stop, not the tip. Alright, so you cut a whole bag of onions. And you gotta chop that up fine as you want. I like them a little chunky. You can chunk them up. But you're not gonna notice them because you're gonna cook them so much. You're not gonna even notice these onions. So then you take that onion, you take your pot of meat. And then you'll put all your onions in there with your meat. We're gonna mix this up. Now we're gonna marinate our onions and our meat. So I'm gonna put my seasoning in here, and we're gonna leave with the onions. I'm just gonna set them overnight. I want to sit at least 10 hours to be able to marinate. Okay. Now, this is the ingredients you need. You need some salt. You need some salt. You need some black pepper. You need some granulated onions. You need some Cajun seasoning. It don't matter. It could be Zatarain's. Could be Tony's. Whatever you like. Now, we're gonna put the garlic in first. We're gonna put a lot of garlic. I don't measure. My daddy always said if you gotta measure, you don't know how to cook. I like a lot of garlic, and my daddy liked to garlic. So we're gonna put a bunch of garlic in there. Then we're gonna put this pepper in here. Just like I said, that's enough right there. I'm from down about. I never really measure nothing. I just know by looking. I don't know how much that is, but about that much. And that's that Cajun seasoning. And then we're gonna put a little salt. Now, salt, put a little bit. Not much. And the reason you don't want to put a lot is we're gonna put some Lee and Perrins in here. And Lee and Perrins is really salty. So you put a little bit of salt, and then as you cook, you're gonna salt it to your taste, okay? But this is really salty. Now, don't skimp on this. get the Liam parents. Don't get the cheap stuff. It's worth a couple extra dollars. But get the Liam parents. Well, like I said, I don't know how much. I never knew how much. I just know what it looks like. You want to get it good and juicy. And then we're going to mix that up. We're going to mix this up. And I'm going to after I let this, and see, I want to make sure that Liam parent is all over. That's the key. That's why you don't put a lot of salt. You could even not put salt first. I know how much salt to put, so you can not put the salt at first. You kind of look at the meat and see. You want to be able to see the flavor on the meat. To me, that's the way to do it. You want to be able to see the flavor, the seasoning on the meat. That's how you tell. So after you mix it, if you don't have an even coverage of the meat, then put a little bit more and mix it up. But be careful with the salt, because you can get too salty because you put that Liam parent in there, like I said. So now that's it there. Now I'm gonna let this sit. I'm gonna let this sit for at least 10 hours in the refrigerator. Now this is Saturday. I'm on Saturday. I'm not cooking roast beef po' boys for Easter. I don't know, I think Jesus would like a roast beef po' boy, but doesn't seem right. So I'm gonna let this sit till Monday. Doesn't matter how long you let it sit, but at least let it sit for 10 hours. So it'll marinate with it. Make sure you put it with the onions and everything. All that flavor gonna get in that meat. And that's what's good. That's the most important thing. This is the secret to this recipe. And my papa learned this from my mama and from my papa, Lee-Rat, is always season the meat first. A lot of people make the mistake of seasoning their meat in the pot, and then it's too late. Always season your meat first and then cook it. That makes a big difference. If you don't cook a lot, or that's the secret to cooking. Season your meat first. So I'm gonna put this away, and I'm gonna put some aluminum foil over it, and I'm gonna come back to it Monday, and then we're gonna cook this, okay? Y'all have a happy Easter. So I just took this out the refrigerator. This has actually been sitting for longer than 10 hours, like I said. You know, marinate for 10 hours. Cover it with aluminum foil. You can see here, has been marinating for a couple days, and we're gonna get started. Now, first thing you wanna do is you definitely want a good pot. Now, the pot you're gonna select is, for your pot, you wanna get a good hard pot with a hard bottom, not a non-stick pot, because you're gonna have to chop up. You have to chop up the roast beef. So you want to have something that you can chop. I got this, my special spoon. This is my special long chopping spoon. And you're gonna, as you cook the roast beef, you're gonna grind it on the bottom of the pot. Now this is the actual pot that my parents used to cook. One of the pots that my parents used to cook the roast beef in. So we're gonna put this meat in the pot. So I'm gonna put this on high fire, and we're gonna start with a high fire just until we get the roast beef cooking. And I'm gonna put this in the pot. So we got the roast beef in the pot. Like I said, this looks like it's a lot in there, but this is gonna cook down a lot. And put everything in there. as you dump it in, you have some juice left over in that in the pan that you marinated in. Put that in too. Put everything in here. Like I said, we can get it up hot. You can see it's starting to cook a little bit here. We're going to get it warm first. You put the meat in, and I got it on a high fire. I'm going to put it on high fire. And we got this cooking. Now you want to leave it on high fire. We'll leave it on high fire until everything starts to cook. Once everything starts to cook, we're gonna put it on a medium fire for about an hour, and you're gonna watch it, just to get it cooking good. And then after about an hour, we're gonna put it on low fire. We're gonna cook it for about 4 hours. But make sure when you dump your meat in here, dump everything in there. You got that all the good juice in there. Put it all in there. Now, like I'm saying, make sure you use a good metal pot because we're gonna chop this up. As we cook this is gonna get more tender and more tender, and it'll be easier to chop up with your spoon. And we want this to turn into just shreds of beef. All these onions are gonna cook away. You won't see the onions. We're gonna cook it so long they're gonna basically just disintegrate. And then we're gonna chop this up as we go. So we'll put the lid on this. You see how it's getting nice and cooking. And we'll come back to it later. So I've had this cooking for almost an hour. You can see it's on a medium fire. And then I went to a high fire just to get it up and cooking. And then I put it down to a medium fire. So now that's nice and cooking and everything's got going. I'm gonna put this down to a low fire. And then we're gonna keep it on low the rest of the time. And you can see what I'm doing. I'm taking my spoon and I use the edge of my spoon to mash down and kind of separate everything. That's what I make. So, been about an hour and a half, and you can see it's starting to get a little tender. You can see it's starting to get juicy, and you're gonna take your spoon and you just keep chopping up. And it might not seem like you're doing much right now, but you're chopping some of it up, and just as it goes on, you'll be able to chop it even more. So just start chopping and breaking it up. And the more you break it up, the better it'll cook. You can see I got it on number 2 on my fire if you got a gas stove or just low fire. And we're just gonna keep chopping. We're gonna chop it again. Back to it. We're just chopping. You can see the pieces are starting to get a little small. You just chop away at it. Every half hour.
These ribs in his mouth.
That's funny.
Oh, look how cute. A little picnic table for the squirrel.
Ah. I can make that. I could put it lower, put some squirrel food on it so Bronca and Roo could reach them. They love that.
I don't know where my damn senior pictures are.
Mine's right there.
Somebody said from now on I will always get a balcony just in case I have to quarantine. People are saying same here, same here.
Yeah, if you got a quarantine, fuck, at least you can see outside.
Mm-hmm.
So this is almost cooked. You can see. Now I'm just doing my final chop and really. You see that's looking pretty good, and that's kind of consistency you only see. It's just little strands. If you don't see any, you got some little spots where there's no strands, there's chunks. You want to chop those up. So you see, just chopping. It's got some, still got some big pieces in there. Let me get that chopped up. You don't want no chunky pieces. It should be just shredded beef. So this is it. We complete. We done. That's all how it's supposed to be. It's all how it's supposed to be. Now, I made this video. This is a family secret. Watch the video.
Oh, Blake has a barn dominium.
Now, the proper way to dress this out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Driver killed, passenger injured in terrible parish crash.
What is it?
I don't know.
Put some lettuce.
Let's see.
Lettuce.
A Houma man was killed Monday night in a car crash on Mandalay Road, St. Anthony Bridge. Charles Pizzolato of Houma. He was driving a 1979 Porsche.
Pull that over. Stay in angle. Cut it straight. I don't want to crazy things. Cut it straight. That's it. That's David Headed. Roast Beef Poboy. Anthony's a horrible photographer. Got his fingers all in there.
What's he taking a picture of?
He was filming me making my sandwich. Like I said, watch the video.